making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money. I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing wonderful right now. Hope everyone's staying safe and warm. This your boy, Coach Ricks, man, and you've walked into Coach's Talk, man, where we discuss all things OU related, college football related, all things in between. Before we get started, please hit that like button, hit that red subscribe button, ring that bell, man, so you won't miss any content that I got going forward. Before we get started, man, let me bring special guest in tonight, like always, Mr. Bishop.
What's good?
What's
Big
going on,
salute to everybody.
bud? How's everything going?
Good, man. I can't complain. Can't complain.
Hey, man.
Just excited. Just looking for the next step in the trilogy of the Sooners. So,
Okay. Well, hey, man, we're gonna jump right into it and everything, man. Sorry that I missed the show and everything last night, man. I went to bed early last night.
hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey, these coaches clinic kicking my butt, man. I'm tired. I am tired. It seems
Yeah.
like every night is something, man. So we just got back from Columbia and everything, man. So what's going on, Kimberly K? Just got back from Columbia and everything, man. So I am dead tired. But
I hear you.
I wanted to get your reaction on the game last night, man. What did you think, and how did everything pan out the way you thought it would?
I I was really disappointed in Notre Dame not showing up the way they normally did, and it's almost like they got too cute, and Ohio State stuck to their guns.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, hey, man. At the same point in time, I think that what happened was that you just have to give the credit, man, because credit was there.
Yeah,
What's going on, Mike?
Not much, brother. I'm y'all keep on. I'm sharing this with my audience, so I'm putting a title to it. So
All right,
y'all
all right.
all right then.
Yeah,
But what I was gonna say is that the not taking anything away from Ohio State. No, they're without a doubt they put it to it. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you think you're ready, but you oftentimes can perpetrate that you're ready, but what your actions show is totally different than what you've been showing before. And a lot of that has to do with Ohio State, how they make you feel this entire year after the Michigan game. It seems like they woke up to their real selves and said, if we're going to do this, we got to be our authentic self.
well, I agree with that, man. I just think that when we first came out, that first drive, bring Mike back in here. That
Mm.
that first drive they had, man, I thought, oh shit, man, Notre Dame showing up, because but they ran the quarterback so much that
Yeah,
you know he was taking hits
yeah,
that he
yeah,
shouldn't have been taking. I mean, if you look at it, he got wore out. I mean, and then when you get a guy, man, like a quarterback like Riley Leonard, man, you get guys like that are 300 and 320 pounds falling on him consistently. He ain't gonna last long.
yeah.
He ain't gonna last long. So, Mike, man, what was your thought on the game last night, man? Did it pan out the way you thought it was?
uh, I was close in my score. I said the score would be 38 or 35 to 28, and it turned out to be 34 to 23. So it panned out pretty much like I thought. I did like the fight in Notre Dame after being down at the first half and then come back. I just think it's a classic thing you see with coaches not dancing with what brung you and getting cute
Yeah,
in their play calling.
yeah. I missed about 1 point. I had 34-24 and
Yeah,
everything.
you did.
So I missed about. If I went to Las Vegas, boy, I'd probably be a little bit rich right now.
I
Yeah,
got a little money off of that.
Hey,
I
I
because
want a little bit, but it is what it is. But
yeah,
hey, we're gonna talk about what's been going on, man. Now that everything's over and we have a new national championship, excuse me, we have a new national champion in Ohio State Buckeyes. Do we now think that Ryan Day is safe?
mm, the jury is still out on me on that one.
I mean, I mean, there was talks before the season started, man. Well, it was talks after he lost to Michigan
Yeah.
Yeah.
that things might be heading south for him and everything, man. But you would think after he just won them a national championship and everything, man, that everything
Yeah.
would be a little bit better. You
Yeah.
think
I
so?
think he got a reprieve, but it's still going to be knowing how that fan base and how they operate. They're going to be watching it real close this upcoming season.
I see
Now,
my guy Chicken in and
yes,
Comanche Sooner. How's
what's
it going,
going on,
guys?
guys? Hey, Kimberly
What's going
K,
on, guys?
Chicken. So that brings the next question.
Okay.
If Jim Knowles does leave,
Mm-hmm.
does does that make things harder for Ryan Day next year?
It probably does because you're losing the nucleus of your defense with Jim Knowles because he was the heart and soul with that defense. So, and to replace Jim Knowles, you Bishop and Coach know that will be a hard first body to replace with what Knowles has done for that defense.
Do you guys think that Laurinaitis and everything, man, would be a good replacement for him?
Do you think who?
Laurinaitis.
I think Laurinaitis is he's up and coming, but he's still got to. It's different change when you coach an actual group versus the entire defense. So the verdict's out for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Chicken still have Larry Johnson as defense coach, so
Yeah, Larry
losing,
Johnson.
he's not losing. He's just losing the play caller, the voice in the room. He's
Right.
not. I don't think. I mean, I think Oklahoma has what 2 scholarships available
Mhm.
right now that they could offer anyone,
Mhm.
pending who might leave in the spring.
Mhm.
I just don't see a lot of guys following him if he decides to leave. And like I said, a lot of rumors been out, a lot of trolling, a lot of people saying, "Oh, it's a done deal." I've learned my lesson, man. You won't get me twice.
Yeah.
They got me one
Fool
time.
me
You
once,
won't,
shame on you. Fool me
yeah,
twice,
you
shame
won't,
on
you
you.
Yeah.
yeah, you won't get me a second time and everything. So
Nah.
I'm just hoping, man, that everything pans out the way it's supposed to.
Mhm.
Uh, when you look at it, all points are pointing that way that he could be the defensive coordinator, but also this could have been his way of getting a raise at Ohio State. But
Mhm.
I just think that there's legs to this and everything, and there's a way to go about it to get a raise. You won the national championship. You're gonna
Mhm.
get a raise. You're gonna get a raise regardless.
Regardless, but yeah.
So you don't need to have this legs of you going to Oklahoma in order to get some more money out of them. Do you think?
Mhm.
Yeah. No. I totally agree.
I totally agree with
Now, what does this do for Chip Kelly?
that. It elevates his status.
Uh, for me, I think this opens the door if he chooses to go to the NFL because
Mhm.
he showed that he can make an adjustment. He took his lump, but he also elevated his style of play with his players and showed that he was able to make adjustment to make sure it didn't happen again.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it showed that some coaches are some coaches are coordinators.
Mhm.
Correct.
And I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It's easier for me to be an OC than it is a head coach because a head coach has to deal with everything.
Right.
The OC mainly just deals with everything that's offensive, the offensive line, running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, and the scheme of how we're going to do things.
Exactly.
So I think Chip Kelly came in thinking that, hey, I just want to be a coordinator. And I think that's what
Mhm.
Jim knows. Jim knows everybody's like, well, he won't be a head coach. When he was at Cornell, which
Mhm.
which is Cornell, he had a terrible record. He had a terrible record and everything, man. Those first 4 years and everything, man. And I don't know if he wants to jump back into that deep end and be a head
Mhm.
coach.
Right.
You're making 2 million a year or 2.2 million a year for one shit. Be a DC. That's good
Yeah.
money.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's-
real good money. On top of that, you just got through winning a national title, so you had that to your repertoire, and knowing that you went through the mud because you went from Old State to there to the other Ohio State. So documentation is definitely on his side. Plus to Natty, so hey, he's in a very good place without a shadow of doubt.
Now,
Well, I'm
Kimberly
going to
K,
throw.
I
Oh,
heard
go
this.
ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Legend. No, go Legend. Go ahead.
I'm going to have to throw up in his mouth a little bit about this, but he did have top 10 defense at Oklahoma State.
Oh,
Jim knows.
yeah, no doubt, no
But I
doubt,
had
but
I had to
not
throw
to
up
the
in
not to the tier of Ohio State what he had there, but
Mhm.
but put it like this: what what was more impressive is what he did at Oklahoma State, knowing where they were before he came on board.
And look where they are after he came
Yeah,
after he left.
there you go.
Now, we can all sit here and say Ohio State is way better than Oklahoma State. We can also say it's the Big Ten versus the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Competition is going to be a little bit better in the Big Ten.
Right.
The schemes are a little bit harder in the Big 12 because everybody's spreading the ball out and you have to guard so many people.
hmm
I think if Jim Knowles comes to Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
you have two of the, I don't say greatest, but two of the best defensive minds in the same room,
Mm-hmm.
along with an offensive coordinator that is hungry as well. So what we have is the same thing that Ohio State has. You
Yep.
have Chip Kelly, great offensive mind. Ben Arbuckle, great offensive mind. They had Will. They had Will. Will Howard came in.
Mm-hmm.
We got Mateer here.
Yep.
Then you got Jim Knowles on one side, and then you got BV, and then you got all those. But see, I don't think that now we can sit here and say Larry Johnson is 1A. I guarantee you, Bates can be 1B
Exactly.
Facts.
because he
Facts.
do get the same kind of guys that Larry Johnson gets. It's just that Larry Johnson is at a prestigious blue blood.
Mhm.
So is Bates now. So I think everything fits in the way it's supposed to fit in. You
I
know,
Yeah.
honestly think the stars are lining up. I really do. I feel that. And now I'm just going off of heart, not going off of any intel or any. I just the stars. What and reading the tea leaves that Knowles by next Tuesday, Wednesday will be at Oklahoma, or at least that's just my gut feeling.
well, I think after the parade, I mean, isn't say his fiance is in Oklahoma, and I'm
Mhm.
pretty, and like Kimberly K said, I've heard that before that she refuses to leave Oklahoma because her son is a senior in high school.
At Weatherford High School, and he also got a scholarship to play basketball at SWASU.
So, I mean, look, man, we can sit here and say what we want to say, but when things line up the way they're supposed to line up, you can only stay away from your family for so long,
Facts.
you know. And now that the season is over, I think that you've already won the championship, so you got that on your belt.
Yeah.
Why not go home and see if you can do it somewhere else?
Exactly.
Facts.
Now, I think if he would not have won it, he might have stayed to try to win one. But I think that you won the national championship. Your name is out there right now for multiple jobs. Why not go back home now?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So that's gonna be the talk for the next few days. Is when is it gonna happen?
and from what I heard from Dusty Dvorak on the ref, I mean, he said He said the rumors are true.
Yeah.
That it ain't rumors or something like that. And then I also heard on the same radio channel that it sounds like maybe Bob Stoops is lobbying for this also. There again, Coach Stoops didn't come out and say it, but Coach Bishop, you can tell by somebody's language on the radio if they're interested, right?
You can read the tea leaves, but I hear what you're saying loud and clear.
And just by listening to Coach Stoops, I think we got a silent supporter in the room, so to speak, quote unquote silent voice.
Hey,
I would go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say, Adrian Jones. You said, do you think 3 million going to bring him in? There really isn't that big fall off from 3 million and 2.2 what he making.
Yeah, no, it's gonna have to be higher.
It's pretty much around the same thing.
No, yeah, and plus he just won the national title.
Yeah,
you not put didn't I say earlier when somebody asked me, I said 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna have to be around that.
Hey, it's gonna. I mean, look, it's gonna. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Comanche says, I think that Knowles is BV's replacement if he has to step down and take care of his wife. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys, and just roll with me and let me think about this. And
no, go
ahead, Coach. Go ahead.
If that's the case, if Jim Knowles comes in and maybe bring in somebody else and everything with him, and it works out, OU can pretty much run by itself. BV can step in, step out because you have the offensive coaches. Now, I know we all can sit here and say what we want to say about Joe Jon Finley, but the one thing that Arbuckle is saying that Joe Jon Finley is a hell of a tight end coach. He's saying that, so that might be the reason why Joe Jon Finley is still there.
Yeah.
All right. We got Bill Bingbo. We already know he know what to do. So between John Mateer, Arbuckle, the quarterbacks coach, Joe Jon Finley, DeMarco Murray, Emmett Jones, Bill Bingbo on the offensive side, I'm pretty sure those guys can run everything if he wanted to step out. Then you go to the defensive side. You got Jim Knowles, you got Bates, you got Chavis, you got Hall, you got Jabalai, and then let's say you bring in Wes Goodwin for the linebackers or somebody. For every spot is a home run hit. So you could take a step away if you need to deal with your wife and everything, man. But like I said, it's not going to be they don't have that much time with the guys right now until spring comes anyway. So BV can take all this time he needs right now from now till at least March, where the first practice start, to take time with his wife. That's just my thought. Just my thought.
Yeah. No. And to piggyback off of you, Coach, that time is very valuable because you can't get that time back. So yeah, I think if nothing else, if we have since we actually in the running, is that to get Jim Knowles is to actually see that BV realize that he has to be the CEO and not the defensive coordinator. He can assist, give his input, but he needs someone else that has his type of pedigree and his type of experience to come in that he can go elevate and be on the next level.
Yeah. I think Zofix has a good point. Has a good point.
Okay.
BV may coach better if he gets to spend less time stressing between the team and his family, because you're not devoting 100% to one thing. because your mind and your heart is somewhere else. And you and I both know, all three of us know, we got kids. If one of our kids is sick, no matter what we're doing, our thoughts are always with our child. I wonder
Yeah.
how they're doing. Are they okay? Let alone that being your wife or your husband, you're gonna feel the same way.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think he is putting the right people in place right now, so he can take a more of a CEO
Yeah.
role.
And,
Right. And
and go
the
ahead.
analogy I always use is my mom was going through her cancer. I was not in the right mindset. My mind was not anywhere else but being with my mom.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
I was I was how can I put this? I I wasn't worth knocking in the head when while mama was going through that because of where my mind was and
Mhm.
and the emotional roller coaster I was on while mama was going through that, I wasn't worth knocking in the head. So, it all makes perfect sense. Brent is a lot more stronger than I am. I'll just say that.
Yeah,
What I can share with you, since I have went through that with my dad, he had a COPD for fourth stage, and me being a minister, but also being a son, it was I can't be both at the same time. So I had to take the minister hat off and just be a son and be there for for my dad,
yeah,
and understanding that part of the actual process was realizing, hey, I just want you to know, hey, I have your name. Know that whenever I get credit, you get credit
yeah,
because you're senior and I'm junior. And that meant the world to him because that means that I got your back. I'm here for you, whatever you need, and it just went a long way for, a Vietnam vet such as my dad to actually let me in.
Right.
yeah, yeah,
You feel what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
I
that's,
feel Bishop.
yeah, that's key. That's basically what BB is basically saying. Look, I get it. It's a lot on my plate, and I truly want to be the head coach. And I know that there's a lot that comes to it. I can't keep going down the same track thinking that I'm Superman. I need somebody to come uh, beside me, and we become one. And that's what the possibility of adding that defensive coordinator gives him the option to move up and to acknowledge that he's ready to be a head coach. And now that he is in that position of being a head coach and being able to hire this person, he can trust the person he's hiring.
Right.
And that's part of the, the evolution of Brent right now is this is his way of, hey, I'm taking off the defensive coordinator. I'm hiring someone that I know without a shadow of a doubt has the experience. So I'm gonna trust the process.
yeah,
Chess move.
Yeah. Very,
Yeah.
very well put, Bishop. I couldn't have said it any better than that.
no, man, that's on point. Hey,
Very.
Yeah.
I think Chicken has a good point. Who's the new GM? You know who I would love to see to be the new GM?
Yeah.
Who's that?
I would love, and this is just me, my opinion. I would love for Gerald McCoy to
Yeah,
be the GM.
that would be
Oh,
He's
that.
very
now, can
vocal.
someone help me?
Yes,
What is the actual duties of a general manager? What all
general.
would they need to do?
He runs the day-to-day functions and everything. He runs everything. He's pretty much works right up under the head coach, or excuse me, he's pretty much under the AD.
Okay.
So he'll run all functions and everything of the program.
Okay.
He'll oversee the NIL. He'll oversee help with recruiting. He'll oversee budgeting. He oversees and everything. Practice. He does everything that he's pretty much like the GM. He just pretty much oversees everything for Oklahoma Sooners under Joe Castiglione.
Okay.
Oh,
Got you.
That's what
Got
GM would
you.
be.
I got you. I got
Yep.
you.
Daily function of the program is what he does.
so
Awesome.
basically, what the GM does in the league, a GM does in college too. Is that what you're saying, Coach?
Yeah, right
Running the
here.
day to day.
The GM oversees budgeting in the facility. The head coach handles the personnel. Yeah, this is what the
Okay.
GM does. He does the budgeting and the facility. So anything the facility needs.
Uh-huh.
Do we know what turnip seed was?
I,
That's what he was.
Yeah.
that's who I was like, do you think we can get him back?
Yeah.
I think
How did
I
we
think
get? How did we let Turnip Seed get out of here?
I think Joe Castiglione burned that bridge.
Yeah, okay. Let me leave that alone. I heard you loud and clear.
I think he burned that bridge, and that's just for what I've read. Now, it's not edged in stone,
Right, right.
but that was the one piece, the one person that BB wanted to bring to Oklahoma because he helped get, which I know personally, he helped get Clemson facilities and everything up to par to where it's state of the arts, to where it can compete with the Alabamas and the Georgias and the Ohio States. So he brought in Turnip Seed and everything because he wanted to bring that to Oklahoma, and
Right.
they were heading in the right direction. But I think Turnip Seed and everything wanted more money to get the facility up to par and where it needed to be to go to the SEC.
And you know what? I'm glad you shared that with me. I still think this might be an opportunity, just my opinion, opportunity for Joe C to like, wait a minute. He has some excellent ideas. Maybe it just was the right thing at the wrong time. And maybe this is the right time now that we're starting to really fill out and build out with the young men that we're bringing on board. Maybe we can revisit that. What do you think?
What I always tell people when you're dealing with business people and billionaires and people that handle money, in order to make money, you got to spend money.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
some people try to make money without spending money, and that comes back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
Because we all know that Loyal Noble Center should have been renovated a long time ago.
Yes, yes,
I
yes, yes.
mean, I haven't been there in a while, and it's still got the same brick, still it's got the same paint, still got the same. If there was a hole in the wall in 2005, it's still there. Damn it!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got the girls. I mean, okay, this is what it is. Let's just cut through the chase. Oklahoma girls softball been killing.
Mm-hmm.
OU gymnastics, both men and women, been killing.
Yep.
Tennis team, golf team, been killing.
Mm-hmm.
Football, basketball girls, been killing. So you mean tell me that Oklahoma don't have the money to put in the facilities to make it state of the art? But we can give the girls softball team a state of the art stadium that nobody else has.
Yep.
They deserve their money because they won 4 straight. I got that. The girls
doubt.
gymnastics, how many championships they don't won in the last 10 years?
Yeah.
So there's money there. It's just that when you're Joe Castiglione, and this is just my opinion, guys. I mean, I'm
No, no.
I'm also financial advisor on the side to where I can look at economics, look at money, and say this is what it needs to go toward. When you have so much money coming in, and you are stingy with it. Hold on, I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna mute everybody while I say this, and I'm gonna bring you back in. All right. When you have money like Oklahoma has, and you are scared to use it, things start to fall in the loopholes of you're losing recruits, you're not getting recruits, uh, you're not getting the buildings made, you're not getting facilities and everything done. So now everybody's starting to go other places. I'm saying this to say this, and then I'll mute you guys back in. I'm saying that to say this.
Mm.
when you don't want to spend the money to go out and hire a new OC, and you want to take a, well, we already got Seth Trail on the damn payroll. Let's just give it to him. When you start making decisions like that, shit happens that don't need to happen. Seth Trail should never been a damn OC this year.
No,
No.
not
Now,
at all.
You mean tell me you couldn't have went and got Arbuckle, who wife loves and breathes Oklahoma, to come here a year early? Shit. Yes, you could have.
Yeah,
But
you
didn't
can.
want to, but you didn't want to spend that money to
Yep.
go out there and see who is interested in coming to Oklahoma. You
Mhm.
decided to take a price cut off the top,
Yeah.
and it cost you a damn season.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just
Well, let me ask you this. I heard y'all can. There was a rumor that the season prior to this season that Brent was wanting to bring in a guy like Dan Mullen or somebody of a competent OC, and Josie cut him off.
now say it again. Now I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Say it again.
I heard, now this might be rumor, that the season before this debacle with Seth Luttrell, Brent was wanting to bring in a competent OC for the offensive coordinator, and Joe C shot it down and brought in Seth Luttrell. Now that's just what I heard. I don't know the truth of it. But that was my that's my little rumor mill.
Interesting.
It's coming to fruition now, man, to where that old saying, you get what you pay for.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
We went in there and we wanted I can't say that. I don't want to feel bad about saying that. You went in there and you wanted it to be grade A, and you came out there with sardines.
You came out to buy any sausages and Ritz crackers.
You came out with chicken guts. I mean, chicken
I
guts and
just
all that
want
kind
to
of stuff. So, but
no,
I mean,
you came out with baloney.
Baloney.
but we don't know, man. No, not right now, Jimmy. There's no news on those and everything, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Big
I know
salute.
it might happen, and even if it doesn't,
Right.
OU's gonna be okay. I think that the offense is gonna make a significant improvement
Mm-hmm.
because the excitement and the hunger is there from day one. When I saw Arbuckle shaking his head and throwing a clipboard down on some of Joe John Finley's play calling, that let me know right then.
Mm-hmm.
He sees it the way it's supposed to be seen.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier on this podcast about last night's game, do the shit that got you there,
Mm-hmm.
and don't change it.
Yeah.
Which help me understand, Coach. When I'm watching that game last night, Notre Dame has a damn good running back, and he only got 3 carries this night. Why?
What the hell? What, Lemon? I'm sorry, Legend. Say it again. Say your question again.
Notre Dame has one of the best running backs, I think. Good running back. How come he only touched the ball 3 times last night?
Because they came in there thinking, okay, Ohio State's going to focus in on him. We're going to give them something different, a different look that they haven't seen. Damn that. I'm like this. If I can run it, if I'm going to run it, you got to stop it.
Exactly.
And then when you stop it, then I'll go to
There
something
you
else.
go.
But I'm not going to
Exactly.
come in there and voluntarily do some different shit before I know what you're going to do. Sometimes coaches get too pretty and they get overconfident and overthink things, and then the game gets out of hand. And now, like I always say, it's that oh shit moment.
Yeah.
Well, me and Bishop was on the phone earlier today, and I was telling him the year that the 2000 national championship that we won, Bob Stoops never deviated off the game plan on offense. Never. There was nothing cute, nothing he didn't put in this. even the defense. And Bobby Bowden even said it. We couldn't scheme their blitzes. They blitzed at the right time. So I've always had the mindset of when you go to especially the national championship, that you need to dance with what strings there. That's just my
guys,
piece.
it's like this, Legend. If you get up every day and you put your pants and your shoes on the same way, and you take the same route to work every single day, you stop and get a coffee every single day, and then on the way to work, you park in the same parking spot every day. Why would you change it because a supervisor is coming in from out of state? Why would you change it?
Exactly.
You do
Top your ears.
it has no effect on what you're going to do. Now, I arguably have the best running back in the college, and he only gets 3 damn carries for the whole game. We always talk about what took them so long to put X-Rod in the game for Oklahoma.
Exactly.
We're saying the same damn thing about a guy who has shown you through 4 of the college football playoff games that he can get you what he wants to get you whenever he wants to. So pretty much you took the ball out of his hand.
Right.
That's bad coaching.
Very bad.
Marcus Smart went in there.
And to further exacerbate it, then in the second half, you go back to some sort of what you was running all the other games.
Yeah. I believe Coach said it last night, is that they were running shit that they've never ran before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Look, running Leonard, which we talked about was kind of dangerous, it was still getting you 5 and 6. Look, they had a 9-minute drive on the first drive.
Yeah.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
9. First down after first down after first down after first down. You know what that tells me? That they got at least 7 first downs on the first damn drive.
Facts.
Why would you change what you're doing? So
goes back to well, we want to beat them to the punch. We know what they're thinking. No, you don't.
I think I know you, Bishop, but I can definitely tell you I do not know what you're thinking, and I don't know what your first move is going to be if me and you play chess or if me and you play checkers. I have no idea. Now I might assume what you might do.
Correct.
But it's always that same old saying. I'm going to do what I always do until you make me do something different.
And then have adjustments or additional moves that allows you to move so many steps ahead.
What I always tell my players is we're going to do our game plan until halftime. After halftime, if things are not going right, I'll make adjustments. And then the third and fourth quarter will be adjustments. A lot of coaches do real good the first and second quarter, and then they don't change, and then the oh shit moment comes in the third and fourth quarter. You have to make changes in the third and fourth quarter, because what worked for you in the first and second is not going to work for you in the third and fourth, because they're going to make adjustments. If they're a good team, if they're a well-disciplined team. But I think it was a good game last night, man. I think that Ohio State came in there and said, excuse my language, hold these nuts. We're going to put you on the back burner. We're going to hit you with something. But look, they didn't change their game plan. They came in there and ran the ball, threw them. But this is what beat Notre Dame. Against a team that loves to run cross routes across the field, you cannot play man-to-man in that.
No.
That's football 1-on-1.
Coach said it last night. Coach said we could have run zone with man free. Yes, you could have run zone with man free, but if you've never ran that all season, you've been a man-to-man all season, Why pick the national championship game to run man
Exa-
zone free?
Exactly.
Yep.
I came in here doing that. I'm gonna die doing that. I mean, that's just
Yep.
the way that goes.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
So I don't know, T Boomer. Is it true that BB is having talks with Jim right now? I don't know.
Great question. But no, nobody knows. But I will say this that uh, we have evidence during our season when we'll start off in the first quarter and we got some semblance of being able to work the offense, and then all of a sudden, whatever we did, we go away from, and we lose the second and third quarter.
Yeah.
Scared money is bad.
So,
Jason, Jason.
what-
Okay, okay. Oh, be careful now, Coach Rick. Don't want everyone to have a reason to not blame everything on Venables. No, man, let's just keep it real. I mean,
yeah,
the man is taking on a lot more than what he should.
Yeah.
And some of this shit is on Josie, but
Mhm.
BV is taking the hits on it. Because if I'm an owner of a business, I have people up under me. So the COO, Chief Operating Officer, let's say that's Josie,
Yeah.
right.
and he hired someone, but then he wants to. I think, and this is just me, guys, so don't go far left. Don't get mad at me.
Oh no.
Josie is a low version of Jerry Jones.
Thank you. Well, I've been wanting to
I'm
say
gonna
that.
say it. That's
No,
just my point. I'm gonna say it. He is a
Coach
low
Rick,
level Jerry Jones. He wants
I have
everything.
been wanting to say that for months now. You read my mind.
I'm just
Wow.
keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real because
Wow.
why hire a coach and then you don't want him coaching?
Exactly.
Or why hire a coach and you won't give him the complete control of the team? But then when shit don't go right, you want to blame him for it.
Mm-hmm.
So these are just my thoughts, guys. I've always wanted to say this for the last 2 years because there has been little tendencies and everything, man, to where Brent wanted to do some certain things and he couldn't.
Exactly.
Right.
This is a multi-billion-dollar industry that we are witnessing right here with college football.
Right.
You
Right.
mean to tell me that you don't now you'll send that jet to go get 9 or 10 people to apply for jobs on an any day basis. You did it when you hired BV. You did it when you hired Jeff Levy.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you not want to do it when Jeff Levy left?
Exactly.
We're already up here, 10-3
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would you want to take a chance of going back down because you don't want to do your due diligence to go out there and get a good OC?
Exactly.
Boy, you cooking some good vittles. Keep cooking, coach.
No, this is just me, man. Like I said, I've always wanted to say this, man, and I always felt like I shouldn't say it because I don't want people to blame. I don't believe in playing the blame game. But at some
Right.
point in time, somebody got to be held accountable. And I'm tired of BB being the damn scapegoat.
Exactly.
Right.
Bishop,
And I'm glad you brought that up because what this year has represented, that there's a whole bunch of people that needs to step up and go to the next level and realize that it's now a chess game and not a checker game. And so this year's exposed a lot that needed to be addressed, and I'm looking forward to see that they address all needs possible so we can have the opportunity to be in the running.
I will agree with you, Ryman Lemon. Joe C. did bring us out of the nasty 90s and hired Bob Stoops. But what has he done since 2001 with this football team as far as national championships go?
Say it again now.
I agree with Lemon that Joe C brought OU out of the nasty 90s and brought us Bob Stoops. We got the national championship of 2000. But what has Joe C done since? We've only won one natty. They're in that's 24 years.
All right. Since I'm cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and cook some more.
Go with it.
And this is just me coming from an administrative side,
Absolutely.
and a coach side. Does anybody wonder why Patty don't have no beef?
I've always wondered that.
Go get it.
Josie is always on Patty's ass. He
Always.
Whatever she want,
She gets.
he'll go get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Run the lights up.
Now, when it comes to BV, I know for a fact, being down here in Charlotte and being close to Greenville, what Oklahoma did to come get Brent Venables. I'm telling you, everybody think they came plenty of times, plenty of talk about BV might be leaving because he knew that was the only job he wanted to go back to. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Joe C promised BV that he would be able to take control of the program and run it the way he wanted to run it. Okay. You're reneging on your offer of what you said because now you're not letting him run the program.
Let's go.
You're trying to help.
Let's go.
I can help you do this and do that. Well, I might not want your help. If this shit's gonna fall in my lap, let me go down the way I want to go.
Let's go.
I'm just so sick and tired of this, man, because this is do you guys know how holy thou Brent Venables is down here in Charlotte, in Greenville, and Clemson?
Oh,
I got family down there. Yes, sir.
I used to go to Sandy Springs, South Carolina religiously, and I would wear my OU shirt in that good Bridgestone plant. And they would say, "You can't have Brent Venables back." Every one of them told me that.
Hey, Rhyme and Lemon, I'm not saying that he hasn't
I
earned.
love you, Lemon.
He hasn't earned that grace. I'm just saying we always got mad at what's his name? What's the one that got fired? The Stoops brother that got fired.
Mike.
Okay.
Mike Stoops.
We always got upset with Mike about his defense. You know why his defense stopped working? Things change.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to change with it. And you got to change with it. The reason Brent Venables' defense has always been good, he's willing to change. He's willing to tweak and do this and that. All I'm saying is Josie has to learn how to change. You are the longest standing AD at any university. You still got to change. And I think Nick Saban said it best. Nick Saban said the hardest thing for him to do was learn that he had to change and go to a spread offense, even though he hated it. But he knew in order for them to be relevant, he had to change and go to a spread offense. Now look how good Alabama is. Deal.
Yeah.
So,
And go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, what I was going to do is that's what, if we want to just be honest, the blueprint that Saban left is that once you get done with the season, let that go and look what you needed to improve upon so that the next season it doesn't become a deficit. That's what we learned through this season, that we had some areas of concerns and question marks that needed to be answered that we just took for granted that we can just put a band-aid over something that needed to actually be truly addressed. And we have a second opportunity to do it. Let's not blow it.
I had something, man, and I lost it. And I wanted to say it. It's so bad. No, damn it. Keep talking. I'm gonna find it.
Man, look there, no, coach, man. I'm just saying, hey, just like this. Now we know for a fact Josie has done a lot of good stuff,
Yes,
but
he did.
Yes.
let's understand. With Patty Gaskell, there came a time that she even had to reevaluate, and she couldn't coach like the way because she was a hard coach. But the players, they were in a little slump, and they had the heart to heart, and they had to tell her, "Hey, when you're doing this, it's not really reaching us because it's not for whatever reason. That's not our style. It's the willingness to ask the hard questions and answer them and be willing to say, you know what, I missed it, but
Mhm.
I'm all in, like you want our athletes to be when they turn in their chip. You got to be all in, and sometimes you're not hitting a mark, and it might be just a little bit of adjustment. Be willing to own up to it and make the necessary adjustment, because understand you has a Maserati that's ready to go.
Yeah.
But in those instances, when you're tinkering with something, you got to own up to it and realize if you're missing the mark.
Think of it like this, Bishop. A mechanic is working on your car
Mm-hmm.
with delicate. We're talking rebuilding the engine inside the car with where you got to use your noodle and think. I'm not going to go out there and be under that mechanic's feet and what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm going to let that mechanic cook. I'm going to let him work his magic. Same can be said about that.
Micromanage.
And I do not like being micromanaged. And that's what I feel kind of has happened with DV from the upper echelon is micromanagement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not strict.
Here's the last thing I'm gonna say about Josie, and then it's all gonna be good. And this is good too. It's really good because I don't have no beef with Josie. I really don't.
No.
I just think that sometimes, man, you get so on a high horse, and you feel like you are this emperor, and that everything has to go through you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you cannot keep blaming people for what Lincoln Riley did to you. You cannot not go out there and get guys because you're scared they might do you the way Lincoln did you.
Facts.
That's something that you cannot control. You can just
Right.
give people the opportunity to come here and help this program, because there are some people that wanted to come to Oklahoma that I know on the East Coast that didn't even get a call because they had ties to Lincoln Riley.
Mm.
So I'm just saying you can't keep holding people hostage because Lincoln did the B move on you and ran out in the thief, like a thief in the night, and got on the plane and was gone.
Bishop, what's our saying over that? One monkey don't stop the show.
One month don't stop the show, and not only that, that's just shows that we're growing as a university. That if you can acknowledge and see where we missed the mark, that means you acknowledge and you ready for change. And I know for all of us, this season was a microcosm of a perfect storm that we do not want to repeat. And in order to do that, we have to examine everybody. Everybody's got to be held to the fire. And so with that, hey, all we're doing is, hey, we have some concerns, and we know that by the time we kick off next year, we don't want any concerns to be unanswered. Period.
That's right.
Point blank.
Can I ask the panel a question?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to ask y'all this question and everything, and I can even ask the people that's in the comments. Do you think that Oklahoma's compliance is too strict? We keep hearing about, Georgia DUI, Georgia this, Georgia that, Georgia this, Georgia that. They're terrible. They're doing this, doing that. So, how many OU fans would take 4 national championships and a little bit of bad publicity, or be the stigma of a great program and have no championships?
Yeah, I hate where
Well,
you're coming
I
from.
lived through the Barry Switzer era, so you know what my
If
answer
that makes
is.
sense. If that makes sense.
No, that's it.
I mean, I
Go ahead, Mike.
I
Some
think
programs got to get nasty
think there's
and get dirty and start doing shit illegally. I'm just gonna say it. You gotta start fighting, because
yeah,
there's teams out here and programs out here doing some shiesty shit behind closed doors, getting these players. And if you don't get your hands dirty and get your knees dirty, you just gonna be left.
exactly. We're gonna
That's
have,
what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry.
I know a lot of people won't like this, but I think we need to get it to piggyback off you, Coach. Let's go a little bit Italian mafia here. You know, we need to get some kind of down and dirty. And you know, I'm not condoning these kids to go out and get DUIs and this, that, and the other. But it just seems to me when programs have these kids that, let's just say, for lack of a better term, that are a little bit ornery, their football team flourishes. And let's not forget, you know, that we've had black guys all through our history. I mean, the recent being with Joe Mixon. But look what the product we had on the field with Mixon and P. Ryan.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I like it. I like to have a little bit of gangster.
I love this by Rhyme and Lemon. I'm not arguing that Joe C should not do better, adapt and overcome. Just like
Right.
he got out of the way of Stoops to go get Lincoln Riley, he should get out of the way of BV. But I'm not down with fire him. No, I'm not. No,
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah,
is a
no.
great AD. Don't get that twisted. But
Yeah,
sometimes even great ADs do what Notre Dame did last night. They overthink too much and start thinking outside the box and
Yeah.
do things that
Mhm.
don't need to be done. I think if we would have done our due diligence and went out and got a decent OC last year, it ain't got to be a great hire, a decent OC. OU would not have finished 6 and 7.
Nope, not at all.
So that's just what I'm saying.
yeah. And
I agree with
and just to add my little bit in it, I think for the just like we wanted to say about the 12-team playoffs, I think they got a good foundation, but there's a lot of tinkering that can be done so we can be more efficient and more effective in that lane. If you get what I'm saying, is you got the rigidness, but in this genre, do we need to be that rigid? Or are we just way ahead of our deal? And if so, can it be a detriment to where we're at in time?
I'm going to say this. Oklahoma right now is still trying to hold the same compliance they held back in the early 2000s.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, like I said, I'm going off the far end, so y'all just bear with me. Like I said, because this episode might even get banned. I'm just, you know, I don't know how far it's gonna grow legs, but we're just gonna say it.
Okay.
Times have changed, and I've never done it. Thank God, I've never smoked it. I'm blessed because I had asthma, but it didn't do anything for me. But everyone talks about how marijuana is and this and that.
Mhm.
Some states is legal, some states it's not. Some people need it, some people don't. All I'm saying is times have changed to where that's not even something that is looked at and frowned upon these days. It used to be
Right.
that if you did something like that, you would get whatever. What I'm saying is when you see a 5-star kid that you want and you go through this screening, every team, every program go through the screening and everything when the screening when you go to a player. I have to screen his background. I want to know what kind of character he is. I want to know what he do this. I want to know all these little pieces of him
Right.
before we make him an offer.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is we're dealing with 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. They're going to make mistakes.
Yep.
Facts.
Don't allow that mistake to
There
hinder
you go.
you from bringing in someone. Now, if they beating on women, no, we can't have that. No,
No.
we can't have that. But if someone got pulled over and had a marijuana on or had a smell of marijuana on them, as long as they're not trying to go out there and sell it, distribute it, and all that, if they're just in the backseat smoking and having a good time, you cannot penalize a kid and not want to get him because of that. Then he goes to a team like Ohio State or Georgia or Alabama or Oregon, and then he's the one that bites you in the ass.
Exactly. And let's
That's
not do.
That's what I'm saying. And now I don't condone what Joe Mixon did. I don't.
No,
No, nobody. Yeah.
I got girls, and I tell any boy, you put hands on my daughter, you ain't got to deal with her. You got to deal with me.
Yep.
So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some of these compliance and some of these rules are so strict that it's allowing some of the great talent not to come to Oklahoma because we have this stigma about Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying.
And once again, maybe they also need to take and do a checklist on themselves and see where they can go to the next level. Because, like I said, we can't have the same year we just had. So everybody needs to do an evaluation so we can be prepared.
Now and also I don't condone what that. Let's see, what was that receiver that's got a manslaughter charge or something on him? I don't
From LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember his name offhand, but I know Lacey.
Don't condone
Right.
that. But like Coach said, if you get caught with the smell of marijuana in your car, or you got paraphernalia, or maybe even what you got a butt of a joint in your ashtray. Come on now, it's not like.
What was the kid that got in trouble, Legend, for a parking ticket?
Oh, good gosh!
And what do we as fans say? Oh, he's nothing but a thug. He just
nothing but a thug, and he got a parking ticket.
A parking ticket.
Yeah,
a parking ticket. But you know what it is? And like I say, this episode might get banned, but oh well, I'm already cooking, so I might as well finish it. Hey, I might as well say I'm already an hour in. I might as well finish it. Hey.
Yeah.
But here in this area where I'm at, dealing with kids and everything, we had a few players and everything that had marijuana on them.
Mm-hmm.
And what the AD wanted to do, something that I didn't want to do, is that I feel like great kids, straight A students, but they're just wrong place, wrong time with the wrong. There's always good kids or to hang around the bad people.
Yeah.
And the good kid wasn't doing it, but the bad kid was.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find one and one get caught, they all get charged with it because they were with them. The older was on all of them. So you really can't say who did what. All right. AD wants to suspend all of them. So I'm like, you can't do that when the kid is sitting here telling you that he didn't do it. But I just said, let's just let him run bleachers, do community service, monitor him going forward. No, coach, that ain't strong enough. We gotta send a message. We're sending the wrong damn message to the wrong damn people. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
growing up in a small town like I have, most of your bad seeds is from the better than you crowd. Does that make any sense, Coach?
Say it again now. I'm sorry. Say it again.
In the small town I grew up in, Luther, it seemed like the ones that did the most pot and did,
Rich kids.
yeah, rich kids, better than you crowd.
Let's just say it, rich
Straight A
kids.
students.
Let's say
That's
it.
what it.
Yeah, you cooking too. Come on, cook.
And that's why we didn't distinguish ourselves with them, because, you know, if we're going to do it, I'm going to stay away from it, because growing up like my mama, if one of yous was in trouble, all of yous was in trouble. You's all going to get a butt. So we did the crowd I hung around. We just distanced it. And like I said, it was straight A rich. I call them Bobby Soxers, the ones that walk. So that's all I'm going to say.
Well, someone says here, but is this that BV or Josie? I don't think being dirty or underhanded ain't in BV's makeup. But no, I know when BV was here in Clemson, in Greenville, his policy was he don't deal with abuse. He don't deal with domestic violence. That's one thing that he grew up on, that he pretty much always says he doesn't do well with that. He don't get players that do that. So I'm not saying guys will beat on women and domestic and all that kind of, I'm just saying if you are a kid and you got a charge for marijuana and everything, as long as you're not 100 grams or 100 pounds or 10 pounds and you're not distributing and you're a drug dealer, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you got caught because you was in your car and you was just smoking and the cop run up on you, I'm just saying that is not a reason to pull a kid's scholarship or not want to come to your school because he was smoking a little marijuana.
Sooner Cowboys makes a good point there, Coach. It's down at the bottom if you want to bring it up. That is a.
Where's that?
It's right below Ryan, and that's also mixed.
This one?
No.
Okay, hold on. Let me find it.
How you do that? Let me let me cook a little bit. I think I got a little left in the tank. Maybe, just maybe, administrators, that this is the opportunity of a lifetime for the Sooner Magic to go to the next level and actually seize our opportunity to be in the dance if they make the right choice. But the onus is on you guys, because we can only go as far as you're willing to allow us to go. And that's my sermon. I approve this message.
There you go, bitch.
All right. Is this it right here?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
All right. It was messed up when Ronnie Perkins and them got suspended against LSU. Cannot tell me nobody on LSU didn't have no weed on them. OU got started. But yeah. Well, this is what I'm saying. Look, what I can say is this, guys. It goes on everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the drug testing goes is this: you're drug tested 2 times a year.
Yep.
Before the season starts and before a bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So anytime during the season, you can smoke, do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But my point was, somebody, let's just use my cousin. I can use him.
Yeah.
It's 20 years ago, so he's not playing no more. All right. He was in high school and he was smoking marijuana with some friends, and it wasn't even doing a basketball. It was a football game. We're doing the basketball game. He wasn't, wasn't doing nothing wrong. Cop came up on him, asked him what they doing, and said he's smoking marijuana and everything, because they knew it was a misdemeanor. They knew it was a little fine, no harm, no foul. Well, the cop didn't want to leave it there. He wanted more to be charged on him. So what did he do? He runs everybody's, whatever. One kid had a little warrant. Took the one kid in, no problem. Well, when he took one kid in, he took them all in.
Wow.
Said that he didn't know if they had warrants or not. Well, once you get arrested, that's public record.
Yeah.
So one college was looking for him, and they saw that he was arrested, and they put down arrested along with a drug charge.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So
Wow.
he didn't get a scholarship, and it wasn't even him that was smoking.
Wow.
So
Wow.
when I tell you how charges are put on players and people,
Mhm.
and I don't ever use the race card. I
No.
don't do it. I
Me
hate it.
neither.
And I tell people that are friends with me, I'll never say it, never use it. It happens in this world a lot more often than it needs to, man. And it's sad because we are depriving these kids, and they are kids, black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, whatever. You are a kid, and we're depriving them of an education and a life of fulfillment because we don't like you or we don't feel like you deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Well put.
But the rich
Well put.
kids, but the rich kids can just do community service, and it's
And be over with.
it's expunged from their record.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
That's
Mm.
what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. You know, like I said, it might. Like I said, I'm saying too much today. It might get banned. I don't care. It's just a lot that I've been wanting to say for the last few weeks and everything, man. And it's finally coming out now.
Well, to me, it's like it's not. You're not saying nothing that can be substantiated. It's just, hey, that's how you're seeing it, and
Yeah.
it might just hit home, cause some change to happen.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I didn't see anything wrong with it, Coach.
No.
Well, I'm just saying, man. It's just oh, I want to use a race car. I'm not fast enough. Boy, you,
That was good.
Rhyme and Lemon.
That was
Whenever you want to race, let me know. I'll beat you going backwards. I'll beat you running backwards. Did you want to get crazy? But back on to some serious stuff. I believe it might be Jim Knowles, the way everything is pointing. I've been looking on social media right now, and I know it's a troll. I know it's a troll, so I'm gonna read it because I know it is. I'm just gonna sit here and tell you what was sent to me. It says right here. It says to me right here. Per a source knows to Oklahoma is happening. The Ohio State staff has been informed, and a decision was made for James Laurinaitis to take over as Ohio State DC. Announcement is expected sometime this week. Now I know it's a troll
Mhm.
because I ain't heard any. That was an hour ago, and I ain't heard anything since. So
All three of us felt victim to trolling, so we're gonna work hard on that.
Look, I got a big Kool-Aid smile. You already know my attitude.
yes,
Get me once, you ain't get me twice, Jack.
yes, from the
That's
Cowboy.
right.
Yeah, that's where I saw it too a few minutes ago. Yeah, I saw that on Facebook
Yeah,
earlier.
me and Coach Ricks fell for the Mateer thing that night when Jaron Tannick of all people, and it wasn't even John Mateer at that bowling alley.
Check it out.
Look, and then Kenneth got me on the very first one.
Yeah,
So hey, it's all right, and and it's we know that we're possibly in the running. We will welcome him with open arms,
oh yeah,
and we're ready to get to work if he chooses to come on board.
Yeah. Well, like I said, man, it's. I hope it happens, and even if it doesn't, man, I feel like Oklahoma is going to be in a good place next year because the core of the defense is still intact.
Yeah,
The core is still intact and everything. So,
yeah.
sorry, I was eating something, and when you got to see me smacking.
Yeah, but now that we got through with this season, I'm actually I'm actually glad we went through it, so we'll make sure that we pay attention to the details and
Mhm.
make sure we don't leave no stone unturned,
Right.
and make sure we always swing for the fences, because in this day and age we cannot just rest on our laurels or think that we could do minor moves and think that it's going to turn out great, because where everybody else is making major swings, we got to make major swings. So I'm glad that this season came about so we could go through our fire test and we get on one accord. And now, know it's time to play chess.
Yeah. Hey, can y'all tell the difference in my audio today because I've got a new soundboard?
I couldn't tell.
Oh,
My
you
bad.
can't? Because I can tell in my earphones it sounds a
Well,
lot
I
better.
know you got a lot of quarters because you ain't broke out yet.
Yeah, you still with us. So
Good thing.
that's a beautiful thing.
Hold on. He said, "What are you eating, Coach Rick?" So I'm eating beef stew and cornbread, trying to stay warm in the snowstorm. Augusta, Georgia, has gotten 2 days of snow already this year. Well, I was eating yams with a little bit of baked beans, some ribs, and some mashed potatoes. Stupid.
Ramen limp. You guys make reading lips a major pain in the arse. Just
Hey man, no, we what me and my wife do, we cook a lot of food on Sundays,
Yeah,
and we freeze it up and everything, man, so we can eat it throughout the days because we're both so busy. We're both gone. Uh,
gotcha.
it's not snowing. It's little flurries of snow, but it ain't. I mean, it never sticks here in Charlotte.
Mm,
I mean, it's cold as hell though. It was 19 degrees today, so I was cold for the first time.
yeah.
So,
you know what I thought might put on for supper tomorrow and just have it slow cook all night?
what?
Some black-eyed peas and
You know what, man? I'm not a black eyed pea person, man.
What?
I only eat
Boy,
it. I only eat it one time. I only eat it one time a year on New Year's Day.
that and some hot water cornbread.
oh, brother.
Wait.
What you know about hot water cornbread? What you know about that?
This is country.
Hey, look. The
Made in
last
that
thing,
cast iron skillet where you
Yo,
fight over the corners. Ooh wee.
the last thing I had when I was at my mom's house
Uh,
was some neck bones, some collard greens, some macaroni and cheese, some okra, and peach cobbler.
oh no, no,
No, wasn't peach
no,
cobbler. It was something else. I think it was peach cobbler.
man.
Yeah, but I don't do peas that much, man. My wife loves lima beans. I hate lima
Okay.
beans. I hate.
Do you
Now
do butter beans?
I don't do butter beans.
Okay.
I'm not country enough.
No, no, no. That don't mean you're
I'm
country.
not
No,
country enough because
no.
I don't do no chitlins, none of that kind of stuff. That stuff nasty to me. I don't do none of that kind of stuff. There
Mm.
you go, Jimmy. There you go. I love some neck bone, but you know what I love? My grandma's calls them vittles, but I call them chicken and dumplings. Chicken and dumplings. Okay. I'm gonna do this right now. Everybody in here, I'm pretty sure everybody from the south. Everybody from the south.
Yeah.
Name your favorite dish. Put your favorite dish in there. I'm gonna
Take
put
it.
mine in. My favorite dish is okay. That's mine.
There
Pinto
you
beans
go.
and cornbread.
Mine.
Pinto beans and cornbread, boy.
That's your favorite.
Yes, sir.
Mine is oxtail and jambalaya.
Oh, dude, don't say oxtails, man. Come on, dog. I ain't had some
Dude.
oxtails. Hey, we had just said this, and his internet went out. So I guess we jinxed his ass.
Nah,
All
we
right,
shouldn't have said
everybody.
not a thing. So it should have said, mm-hmm.
Damn, Tuna Cowboy, it's 17 degrees in Augusta right now. God, dog.
Yeah, y'all cold. Y'all. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody put your favorite. Okay, here goes Sooner Legend. Sooner Legend says sausage and chicken gumbo or alligator sauce. No, I don't do the alligator. I don't do alligator. Comanche said hot meat and fried bread. Hog meat. Okay, I ain't had
Oh,
hog.
hog head cheese.
I think so.
Yeah.
Kimmy says roast with potatoes and carrots and some. Hey.
Hey, get down with your bad self, Jimmy. I see you.
Man, I like that. I ain't had roast in a long time, man. But
Woo.
I
Slow
love.
cook.
I do. My wife puts hers in the crock pot,
Yep.
and man, good gracious,
Man, that sounds good.
he said, I don't want to go out and crank up the generator. Hey, man, I hope you don't have to, man. But we got
Yeah.
one here. We got one here just in case it happens and everything, man. But hey, man, if you guys don't have already, man, hit the like button, man, please.
Yeah. Please run it up.
Here go Kimberly K. That's what she got. Favorite dish: chicken and shrimp. Come on, man. I'm talking about soul food. Come about chicken and
Hey,
shrimp.
hey.
There.
We let her. We let her do that.
Kimberly K come with the
hey,
restaurant. Chicken and fried
hey.
steak. Hey, chicken
You
fried
know.
steak, white gravy, mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what's up. Old school beef and cabbage. Now you
Yeah.
know what? I make a great cabbage stir fry.
Oh, do you?
Yes. Take some sausage, some shrimp, and some chicken,
Yep. Yep.
green beans, cauliflower, corn, carrots, and you put it on your Blackstone, season it all up and everything. And then what you do right then, you take a head of cabbage, cut it up into small pieces, put it on the Blackstone with a little bit of teriyaki sauce, mix it all together, cabbage stir fry.
Wow. I have to try that. I have to try that. Well, yeah, chicken fried steak. That sounds good.
I know chicken fried steak. Okay, Kimberly K said, I just slow cooked a roast overnight Saturday. It was incredible. You didn't give me none.
Not why are you doing that, Kimberly? Oh man, that sounds so good.
I cooked the chicken and shrimp carbonara at home. Okay.
Okay, get down with your bad self.
Okay.
Man,
Okay, Olive Garden.
you ain't lying.
That's Olive Garden
Share,
right
hey,
there.
share.
Do you do the bread with it too?
Yeah.
All right. Favorite for my boys is rice with cut up pan fried. Oh, really? Okay.
Kielbasa.
Hey, want nothing, and I mean want nothing. Beat some deer lasagna.
Okay.
I made some deer chili Saturday night.
I make deer chili. I make deer pizza. I make deer lasagna. I mean, the deer lasagna, man, off the chain, man. 4-layered venison on top of that, man. Trust me. Oh my goodness. Now I love a brisket. I can do a brisket now better than I can anything. So I love that. Man, we
Yeah.
on this damn cooking now. I gotta get off this shit, man. I'm getting hungry now.
y'all done jacked me up. I'm over here slobbing and hollering. My drooling on myself.
When y'all was
I know.
when y'all was talking about food before my internet clicked out, as my mama was full blood Cajun, so I got all that good cooking growing up.
Well, see,
Alligator
we
sauce.
grew up. I grew up in the backwoods of Oklahoma and Spiro, man. And if my grandmother rode by anything on the road, a possum or anything like that,
It was
hey man, look, I tell my grandmother before she passed away, I'm not eating that shit. What you say, boy? I'm not eating that shit, man. That's on the side of the road.
you ever had biscuits cooked in a Dutch oven over a campfire?
Uh-uh.
Oh boy. We call them cowboy biscuits here.
I mean, I'm country, but I ain't that country, I guess. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
Man,
Because
Shoot, I grew up on squirrel gravy, rabbit, coon.
my mom told me this story about when she was growing up. They had this big old hog, this big old hog, and what happened was they used to always ride that damn thing. They would always ride it. It was a kid's pet. They would ride it. And one day their mother said, "Hey, y'all be sure and water the hog, you know, before later on, you know, them kids, they didn't." My mom said they weren't paying attention. So it was like 9 of them. They rode that pig all day long in the sun, all day long. Well, they lived down this long dirt road, and my grandmother drove a LTD. So when we come down the road, this dust flying everywhere, but they knew who it was. So they went out there and got a big ass bucket of water and threw it on the pig, and the hog fell over dead. Fell over dead. So when the mom came home, when my grandmother came home, she made my mom and her sisters and brothers clean that hog, cut it up, and clean it and everything, and put salt packets on it and everything, man, and put it out in the shed.
Oh God, Kimberly Kate is talking my language. Poke salad.
Hey, I ain't had a poke salad in a long time.
Oh
Off
my
the side of the
God.
road in my cousin's backyard, and if you can cook, you got a meal.
You just
Hey.
gotta be careful. You gotta be careful with poke. You gotta ball it down a few times
Yeah.
because it's
Now-
poison.
Now, Jimmy, my man, fried catfish with other puppies and fries.
oh,
There's a place here called Fish Tank, and we go there. It's like 45 minutes from here, and you go there, and they'll give you a big 30-ounce, 2-pound, 3-pound flounder, fried on both sides. They'll give you all the hush puppies you can eat, red slaw and white slaw, and then they'll give you shrimp gumbo platter, and then they'll give you the crab cakes, and it's all for like $19.
Yeah, if you take a little drive down south of Oklahoma City on 35 at State, there is a restaurant down there on Friday nights. They have all you can eat catfish. And I tell you what, it is good. But I like Jimmy's poke salad with scrambled eggs. You know how we do it here, Coach? Our poke salad. We take our poke salad, scrambled eggs. This part of the country out here, it is chock full of wild onions. And we'll clean up wild onions, chop them up. Oh my God. Woo.
Hey, Bishop and Mike, I'm about to send you guys something.
okay.
When I fixed on the Blackstone that cabbage stir fry,
Yeah.
and then we had brisket and some ribs and everything. I'm gonna send you these pictures of what we had.
Awesome. Hey, maybe we have the chat send their best recipes. Yeah.
Now, if you send it to me, I'm gonna steal it.
Hey, I got y'all. I got a good Mississippi mud cake. And
Oh boy, that's good.
I mean the legit. I got a 7-Up pound cake.
Yeah, I've got my mama's 7-Up cake. Oh my God. Oh,
I have my grandmother gave us a recipe. It's called Mississippi molasses chili, and every year I make that. I've won 5 competitions off that. But I sent you guys a picture of the cabbage stir fry and the ribs and everything that we fixed and everything else that we had.
Wow.
Kimberly Kay on the poke salad. I wonder if she's ever had homemade San Plum jelly.
Dutch oven. Now, the Dutch oven, after 5 hours, you have to fish out the meat. It falls apart. Yeah. word to the wise. Hold on, word to the wise. If you're going to make Rocky Mountain oysters, freeze them before you cut them. It took
Yes.
us a year and a
Yep.
half to clean the
Yep.
ceiling. Where am I? Okay. I'm just
Looks
like I
good,
said,
coach.
I like my wife and everything, man. She's half Taiwanese and white and everything. So she loves to do a lot of cooking outside over a fire pit or open stove and everything, man. And it's
Awesome.
something that they call I should ask her what she do, but she'll take a whole we'll get like a whole hog, like a 10,
Uh-huh.
15 pound hog, put it on the rotisserie and everything, man, and we'll cook that thing. And man, when I tell you it'll just fall off, you can just grab the meat and just fall off and just eat it, man. I ain't never had stuff like that before.
Oh, good Lord, Coach. That looks, oh my God, that looks delicious.
Yes,
I told you, man.
man.
That cabbage stir fry it's the best.
Well, Kimberly, hey, I'm not talking about just regular plums that we grow on the farm. Out here in Logan County, there's a plum called sand plum, wild plums, and they
Mhm.
grow all along the side of the road, and they're way too sour to eat. But if you make them up into jelly, oh my God! But
Has
there's one jelly that
has
you can
anybody
only find in my mama's part of the world in Louisiana that beats any jelly far and wide. You ever had Mayhaw jelly?
has anybody ever had the plum jelly candy?
Yeah.
Okay.
But have either of y'all ever had Mayhaw jelly?
No, I haven't.
I haven't.
Oh,
Hey, yeah, appreciate it, man. Everyone remember to give that like and subscribe if you haven't. Hey, man, we in here cooking with recipes and everything, man. We went from the national championship game to OU to now cooking and now it's backyard soul food and everything. So we trying to do it. So, but you know what? I want to go to Texas and try the barbecue.
hey,
Everybody,
Texas,
everybody keeps telling me that barbecue is different in Texas.
one of my favorite restaurants when I used to run pipe from Houston to Oklahoma City. There was one place I would break my arm to get into, and it's right off of Interstate 45 in Centerville, Woody's Barbecue, on the east side of the road, east side of the highway.
Wow.
Oh God!
Hey Benji, where do you live? Where do you live at in Texas, Benji?
I think he lives down in Austin, if I remember.
Where?
I think he lives. I've heard him. It might be another one. But I think BNG's in the Austin area, if I remember.
Because we're gonna be in Dallas here in a few more weeks.
Galveston.
And,
Okay, I'm
and
sorry, Ben. He's in
okay,
Galveston.
do you know, hey Benji, do you know any good barbecue places in Dallas? Any good barbecue places in Dallas? Because we're gonna be there, and then we're gonna go visit my niece who's in Forney, Texas. We're gonna go see her there. My wife loves Terry Blacks. She loves Cane's chicken. She loves Cane's chicken. Because there's no Cane chicken here. Terry
Yeah.
Blacks.
And I have a question for Ben G because when I lived in Beaumont, Texas, I would make a trip to Galveston once a week. Ben,
Uh-huh.
is there still a restaurant in Galveston called Yeagas? It was a Mediterranean restaurant, and they had a Mediterranean Hispanics called a tostada. And that thing, oh my God, the bomb. And I'm just wondering if Yeagas is still there. Could you let me know that, Ben?
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
You good?
Hey, Benji.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
Place in Dallas called Terry Black's barbecue place. We're gonna try. Ray's. All right. Hey, Benji. You know a place called Ray's? Ray's Barbecue. Ray's.
I don't know if there's another name for it attached to Ray's, but I just remember Ray's.
Ray's Barbecue.
Well, we can look that up.
Cause yeah, when I go visit my niece, we're gonna try some barbecue places and everything. My wife loves She no never heard of Ray's Barbecue. She's she loves soul food. She loves soul food more than I love soul food. She loves like beans, cornbread, macaroni and cheese, and stuff like that. I can't eat that all day. I'll get sick.
You like? Does she like collard greens?
Yes,
Mm.
and
Ben,
mustard.
Uh,
Ben, I don't know how to spell it, but the place that I used to eat at in Galveston was called Yeager's.
Has anybody tried that 72-ounce steak that's in
Amarillo,
yes, yes.
yeah.
Texan.
Have you tried it yet?
Yep,
How far did you get?
I got all but maybe a quarter of a pound, maybe if that.
Hey man.
But I can eat. But I still couldn't do the 7.
Look at
I
Benji.
still couldn't.
Oh man, I'm not sure about that.
He was talking about. I don't know how much this legend can eat. I mean, I might be called the legend, but when my eating is.
Well, all the kids are grown, so we're gonna start traveling now. And like I said, we're gonna be in Forney, Texas, and Dallas, visiting my niece for 2 weeks. And I just wanted to try some barbecue places down there, man, because we live on the East Coast and we watch a lot of these barbecue shows and competitions
Yeah.
and everything. And everybody talks about how good Texas barbecue is. Now, I make my brisket, kosher salt and black pepper, and I use and everything a binder on it. But I get that Texas taste, but it's just that I want to go full throttle and go to a Texas restaurant and just order a platter and just have a cheat day.
Yeah, they definitely have it.
So
Hey, Coach, I'm going to have to jump off of here. My belly is eating through my backbone.
yeah, man, I forgot you guys are an hour behind me, so I've already ate.
Hey, y'all got me in a comatose. I'm just sitting here like,
Guess what? All right. Well, what we're gonna do is this: we're gonna take a break and everything, man. We're gonna come back on Friday night. Hopefully by then we'll have some news about who the new DC is, and hopefully, man, we're gonna give us a little bit more insight on what the future looks like for Oklahoma going forward. So until then, man, I appreciate you guys jumping in, man. Thank you guys, man. Bishop, thank you, Legend Man, for coming on, man, blessing and gracing us with your presence. Hold on, let me get this last one from Kimberly K. She said, Texas barbecue is all right. I tried a few spots, don't get the hype. No disrespect, just depends on what you've had to compare it to. Now,
I hear you.
would you guys rather have a Chicago deep pan pizza? Would you rather have a New York pepperoni pizza? Or would you rather have LA chicken and waffles? Or would you rather have Texas barbecue?
Texas barbecue.
Texas barbecue.
Y'all stupid, man. I can tell y'all guys from the down south.
And
No,
we don't care. But Coach, I'm gonna jump out of here.
Got you, bud.
I'm gonna go get Biddles Bishop. Always good to see you.
Always.
Hey, man, appreciate you guys, man.
Appreciate you for letting us on. Appreciate you, Coach
No
Rick.
problem. Hey, Bishop, we'll be back on here Thursday, man. For Thursday's conversation.
Yeah.
Got some emails we got to read out and everything. So until then, man, love you guys, man.
Love you too, bro.
Like it up, man. Hit the like button, man. Run it up and everything, man. Until then, horns down. See you guys when we see you. Peace out.
Money, homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money, I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need a loan. I'm just getting money, I'm just getting money. Homie making good, my money need